Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Ken Kunz from New Jersey Literacy Association, welcoming you back to Wonder Wednesday for another New Jersey Literacy Story Time. Recently, with the weather being warmer, my friend Tom sent me a video of something really cool that was happening here in New Jersey along the Delaware Bay. We know that good readers ask questions and get inspired about their topics. So I'm going to show you a brief video, and I hope that you get excited about today's topic. Think about some questions that you have as you watch the video.
The tide is still coming in. This is unbelievable.
The video that you just watched was recorded from an area in New Jersey known as the Delaware Bay. You'll see on this map an arrow pointing to that part of New Jersey. However, all of the areas in purple are where you are going to find horseshoe crabs in New Jersey. Today's quote says, "The greatest danger to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it." We hope that in today's Wonder Wednesday, you become inspired to take action yourself. All right. I'm here with Dr. Tom Chiola from New Jersey, and Tom shared with us on the New Jersey Literacy Association Storytime his video from the Delaware Bay here in New Jersey. And so, Tom, we asked our kids who are readers who are watching the video to think of some questions that they have. And so I was hoping you could tell our readers a little bit more about the video.
Absolutely. So, what questions do you think they have about?
Yeah, so some of the kids have asked like where you were and what you were doing and how
Oh,
did you get so close to the horseshoe crabs?
okay. Well, first, here's a picture of what they look like. I'm sure they're familiar to you. They look scary, don't they? But where I live on the Delaware Bay in South Jersey, um, every year between May and June, these prehistoric, the oldest living dinosaur, um, comes to lay their eggs in this particular spot where I have a house down there on the bay, down the
That's
shore.
so cool. There were so many of them in the video.
Yes, there. When you get down there, it's covered. It must be hundreds and hundreds for miles. And actually, they close off the beach to prevent people from disturbing the nests. They lay their eggs in the sand, and when they lay their eggs, they lay hundreds at a time, and then they bury them in the sand. Um, Unfortunately, at the same time that's happening, there's a bird called the red knots. They fly in and migrate to the same area to feed on the eggs. So there's this little battle of survival going on every summer, but it's part of nature. It's part of the natural course of things. So humans are not allowed on the beach at that time to protect.
Wow. So wait, before you share some of the facts that you have about them, I just want to
Mhm.
share my screen for a second
Uh-huh.
to show this picture that you sent me.
Yes.
And so I was wondering, like, there were so many questions that I had when I saw this. And so, can you tell us a little bit more about what this is?
Absolutely. Well, here you have one of the other interesting things about horseshoe crabs is they are not dangerous. They are harmless. And in fact, we depend on them for our lives. Our very life is dependent on these creatures. As you can see, there's a bunch of horseshoe crabs being mounted above those bottles that's filled with some kind of, it looks like blue soda. Actually, it's their blood. Their horseshoe crab blood is blue. And
Oh,
here you
wow.
have a picture of them draining their blood. They have special factories where they drain the horseshoe crabs and they use their blood to help detect bacteria and a certain protein called an endotoxin on surgical instruments to find out if the surgical instruments have any bacteria on before they do surgery. So you can see we really need them. They are very valuable. Their blood is very valuable. Without them, we could actually die during surgery if there's
Wow.
any bacteria. And they're the only creature that has that particular endotoxin that detects the bacteria.
I also thought it looked like blue liquid detergent when I
Didn't
saw the
it?
picture. I didn't
Yeah.
know that their blood was blue.
Yes.
What are some other facts about horseshoe crabs that have sort of surprised you as you've read more about them?
Well, I think besides the fact that they're the oldest living prehistoric dinosaur, over 450 million years old, they are also, like I said before, they're very harmless. They look frightening. Actually, some kids have told me that they look like the Predator. Remember the old movie, The Predator?
Yeah.
When you turn them over. The other surprising fact is they are not related to the crab family at all. They are related to spiders.
Oh, wow.
The other interesting facts, they're, if you notice, they have a very long pointed tail. It's actually very razor sharp. It's almost like a bone at the end of their body. Um, and I was very surprised to find out that they have 10 pairs of eyes, and a pair of their eyes are in that tail. And they're very sensitive. They sense light from many different directions. That's how they navigate the waters and how they get around. So one of the things you want to be very careful about is if you see a horseshoe crab turned over on its back, they're very clumsy. They don't move fast at all. If you see a crab on its back, never, never, ever pick it up by its tail. You can just pick it up by its shell and turn it over and scurry it into the water. And don't be afraid to do that because they do not bite at all.
That was a surprise to me as a fact because when I saw the picture, when I saw the video that you sent, I thought you were very brave for standing among all of them.
Yeah, most people don't know they're harmless. They are actually harmless.
So in our read aloud series, one of the things that we've been trying to do on Wonder Wednesdays, and first of all, thank you so much for sending me covers of the books because I will
Yes,
include them as part of our video. I'm
absolutely.
wondering, we're trying to teach kids too that on Wonder Wednesday that you can always be inspired based on things that you've read.
Mhm.
And so, what are some things that kids can do if they're interested in this topic?
Well, in the summer of 2014, they did a research study that discovered that there was a mass die-off of the eggs and the larvae that just from from the pollutants in the water.
Hmm.
Um, and so what we can do is to write letters to our legislators, to your senators, to your local politicians, and to the federal government to help stop the pollution of the surrounding waters like the Delaware Bay. And the other thing is they are also in danger because fishermen use them for bait. So what's happening is they overfish a population of horseshoe crabs. So
Hmm.
the species is in danger. So they can also write letters to make sure that fishermen either put a cap or a certain amount of a maximum amount of crabs that they can take out of the water to stop them from being endangered, because right now they are endangered for being extinct.
That actually ties in with some of the things that we've been doing, like with our Wonder Wednesday Earth Day, where our kids made Earth Day posters. I think it would be great if they could write letters um,
Yes,
to let even like the governor of New Jersey or
Governor of
local
New Jersey.
lawmakers know to protect the waters.
Mhm.
And that's interesting. I never thought of it from that perspective. Well,
Mhm.
Tom, we're
Yes,
gonna encourage our kids to read more about the
read
horseshoe
more.
crabs. We love
Yes.
your T-shirt,
Thank
and I
you.
just want to thank you again for joining us.
Thank you for having me. And remember, if you see a horseshoe crab this summer over on its back, never pick it up by its tail. That's another thing you can do.
All
Pick it
right, you
up
got it.
and
Thanks,
say,
Tom.
all right.
If you're interested in learning more about horseshoe crabs that live here in New Jersey, here are some books that you may want to check out. Of course, you can also look for your own. If you complete any of the activities, please send us an email at njliteracy@gmail.com, and we can't wait to hear from you and give you a shout out. Keep reading, keep writing, and keep it up, New Jersey.